Hello everyone and welcome back to Prestige Reef. Today was meant to be Coral Day, with the keyword being meant. Now I'm glad we found this out early on, before we started moving all the corals over today, because today was the day that we were meant to move over a significant portion of the corals from my 1,000 litre tank. I will show you what happened to the corals that were in there last week, but what we've found is we've now plugged in all of the lights. So as you can see, all the lights are in on both the top and bottom tanks. This room is, we've checked obviously the electrics. We've had like a proper electrician's come, and we added up all the watts for all of the like electrical equipment, and the room has enough. The cable that goes into the room is big enough for everything that we want to run. Problem is, now that we're actually trying to run things, it's tripping out the fuse board, which suggests that it's being overloaded or there's an issue with one of the pieces of electrical equipment. We have ruled out it being an electrical equipment issue because it trips out with different pieces of equipment, which suggests it's being overloaded. But that doesn't make sense because we're only actually running a third of what the room is capable of. So I've got an electrician coming out tomorrow. I'm glad we found this out now. We thought we'd plug in all the lights and everything just to make sure everything was working. But yeah, in fact, I'm glad we found this out now before I filled the coral trays up, because it would have been a nightmare if the corals were actually in the trays, because then I would be very, very on edge. So yeah, there can't actually be a huge update today. There is actually one other issue that I've come across as well, which is also electric related. So I was connecting the KH director, which is over there, to the GHL ProFlux 4, and there is a Cat 5 cable which runs from this above the ceiling all the way over to the device over there. Now, it's not the Cat cable which came with the original, it's not the Cat cable that actually comes with the ProFlux, because obviously I needed quite a long one. But what's happening is, while I was calibrating the KH director, it works temporarily and the ProFlux can find it, but after a period of time it stops working, almost like there's some sort of interference, like electrical interference. So I have been unable to calibrate this, which is a shame because that was my plan for today. But I'm actually upgrading it to a Cat 8 cable, which apparently should protect it from electrical interference. I've also got the dosing lines in now. So with the first dosing pump plugged in and tuned in, the first two are going to be used for food and the last two are going to be used for calcium and magnesium, and then the KH director, the fourth, because they use 3 of the 4 pumps. So the last one is going to be used for KH, so, or alkalinity. We have also, when I say we, I mean James has also put these in now. So we now have, I can now start filling these up, which is good, which is something I'll be doing later. And yeah, and there was one final thing that was done, which was, where is it? Down here. This was very difficult to get to. It is, I can't even think you can see it, but in there is the auto top up. So the auto top up has been plumbed in here. It then runs up along. It's the small pipe in between, and then the sensor is in there, and again it's controlled by the GHL. I think we should take a moment to appreciate again what James has done with with regards to cable management, because as I said before, if it was me, the cables would have just been like all over the place. But it actually looks it looks nice now. But yeah, as I said, we don't know why. We don't know why it's tripping out, because we actually have had it running, everything running at first, absolutely everything, and it all worked. And then, as I said, all of a sudden now, if only a third of things are running, there's a problem. I like how I just noticed this, that James has stuck this here. He likes to put his little logo everywhere. So this is the bit you've probably all been waiting for. What happened to the corals which were put in this system last week? Now, if you didn't watch my last video, this system hasn't been cycled. So all these corals went into brand new fresh water. And I have added some bacteria to help the process. But other than that, they haven't been fed or anything, and they're still looking they still look, basically, so I said some of them actually look better than in my other tank. But there is only one which I would say, and I'm not sure if it's probably because it's not used to the different lighting. The purple digi doesn't look as, in my other tank for whatever reason, it might just be purely the settings. It looks really, really purple, whereas here it doesn't look as purple. But other than that, they're all actually doing really well still. That piece I accidentally broke literally just before I filmed the video, so rather than sticking it back on, I just thought I'd just explain it, and I'll stick it on in a bit. And the only other coral which I added, because I promised I added in the last video, but it actually wasn't in the last video, is this green cabbage coral, which is actually one of my favourite pieces of soft corals, because it's unbelievably bright when you see it in person. But yeah, so the corals are doing well. So yeah, I'm just as interested in this as you guys, because I have never put corals in an uncycled tank before. The theory is that they don't need a cycled tank at first, providing there's no fish with them. I have added this just in case, although I don't think there's a point, because I believe that ammonia in low levels doesn't actually affect corals, and it's possible I don't know for sure, so don't quote me on this. This is when you're going to crucify me. I'm sure I read somewhere that they can use small amounts of ammonia as a food source. I just put it there anyway, just because I wanted it, and obviously when the fish go in eventually, there are these little black bits, so you can see that stuff is happening. I don't know if you can see it. You might be able to see it through here. There's sort of a film. It's just starting to appear on the glass. So and these little black spots, which you can't see very well. But yeah, there's these little black spots which show that the system is doing something. There's some sort of biological process which is going on, and this film's here. So the fact that none of them seem to be showing any signs of stress at all has made me pretty confident with this process. And the other thing is, one of the corals actually is healed, which I thought was actually pretty impressive, because it had a cut on it. They haven't all healed from where they were cut. But one of them has basically completely healed, so in a week. So it's looking promising as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's sort of it for today, guys, which is a shame, because I am desperate to get this up and running, and I know so many of you guys are as well, because I get so many messages going, when are you going to be ready? And I know it's taken ages. I know it's taken so long, and every time we get one of these issues, it's disheartening, but we will get there. We will get there, because we're so close now. And I know I've been saying that for weeks. I'll just kick my foot. I know I've been saying that for weeks. I should not sure if I should leave this in or put it in the outtakes, but you know when you stub your toe, it's so painful. But what was I saying? Yeah, we're so close now. We're so close. And it's hopefully tomorrow the electrician will go, oh yeah, there's a wire loose or something like that, and it's a really, really small, minor issue. And then in theory, next weekend the corals will go in, and then you can start having them, because you've been very patient. You've been very, very patient, and I appreciate that. So maybe one last thing I'll show you is that James got so annoyed because he has like OCD. He got so annoyed with the RO unit not being tidy that he tidied it up, pretty much. Right, that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my video. Please feel free to comment below if you have any questions. If you did enjoy it, why not click that like and subscribe button, because it makes a massive difference. The last two videos have had over 700 likes, and you can see they've done better than the third last one. So it is actually making a big difference. And yeah, and obviously thank you to all the people that support me on Patreon. Have a good week, and I will see you next time. Look how glowing my teeth are. I'm not sure if they're green or blue or white. But anyway, see you later.